Production funding for Flying Squirrels Insider is made possible in part by the Buick LaCrosse, a luxury sedan available at your local Buick dealer. Experience Buick. And by
Strayer University, introducing the Strayer University Graduation Fund, a new way of making a bachelor's degree more obtainable. You're ready for this. Information at strayer.edu.
Castro and Adrian safe. Messi struck him up. Ryan Cabot. That one is gone. Johnny Monell racing around base there. Fastball in the air to right field. This one hit deep. Miller heading back, watching it fly, and Perez has given the Squirrels the finale.
Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to a very special pledge edition of Flying Squirrels Insider. I'm your host, John Laaser, soon to be joined by members of the Flying Squirrels and friends of the Community Idea Stations. Today, as always, we'll give you a unique look behind the scenes of the Flying Squirrels. But while we do that, we ask that you pledge your support for public broadcasting. Without it, it wouldn't be possible to bring you this great program. Jay Burnham and Wes McElroy are here, and we're going to get you primed for the final stretch of the 2013 season, and we'll look ahead to 2014. Plus, Squirrels Vice President and the one and only Todd Parnell is here, and he'll let you in on the Squirrels' plans for the future. And as always, we get started on this action-packed Pledge Special. We offer a glimpse of what the Community Idea Stations have made possible for the Flying Squirrels and their great fans. Without further ado, we present the best of the first two seasons of FSI.
No snack for you!
Mendoza, mala pelota! I think I'm allergic to them. Kind of itchy.
I have so much fun here. You're the best.
All right, Tommy. Now, a couple of keys to hitting the ball soft. The first thing that I've worked on my entire lifetime is to never build any upper body strength. It'll go manager, hitting coach, radio broadcaster on the right, pitching coach, athletic trainer, strength coach on the left, chaos after that.
I would love to just hear a Juan. I'm not even going to try. Juan Perez.
Now batting, number 2, Juan Perez.
He's coming in, not all that high. We can't hurt Mark before the series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's coming in maybe a little bit lower. Okay.
Those cleats are pretty
he's not trying to, yeah. Those are the loafer cleats, by the way, available at select stores.
And here's the 2-2 pitch called strike Earnhardt. And we're going to break with the Squirrels down. Dale Jr. to 4.
Yeah, we call that one the Texas two-step. Filet mignon. That's the Mexican hat dance.
You shouldn't be doing what Heston Presto's been doing all year long.
Thanks for joining us here at the VPC.
We've got no chance with that. So I think
not?
really what we need to do
I think our viewers would think differently, but no, here we go.
He's in stretch, gets the sign, delivers a fastball, strike 1.
I bet you an ice cold Coca-Cola, one swing, one ball, I can hit a home run 500 feet out of here.
Not a chance.
All right, let's do it.
All righty.
Kenny, can you grab me my special bat?
Well, the Squirrels are down 3-0 going into the 8th inning, and we're going to need a Jose Ramon Fernandez, just like the Bay of Pigs, man. Just like the Bay of Pigs.
What are you going to do with your break? You got some free time.
I'm going to go to Britain, pitch in the All-Star game.
All-Star game at a family picnic?
No, like Eastern League, like Western Division. That's what I'm going to do.
Sometimes you have to be a bit naive to succeed in this game.
Ooh, slider, strike 2. Is that better?
All the violence is staged. Certainly nobody's getting hurt.
I'm pretty fast. This John Laaser, Jonathan Laaser, doesn't stand a chance. I mean, he resembles less of a laser, more of a turtle.
Stops!
Squared him up in one piece. I love the look on his face. He thought that one was coming in harder.
Oh, sweet. You guys are threatened. Whatever.
Can we get that one, please?
No donut for you.
What? Why not?
Come back. One season.
Sweet Baby Ray's a home run, and the Squirrels win 3-2.
Well, what's going on here? What do you mean I've been replaced? Seriously?
You didn't get the memo? The ratings just weren't there last year for Flying Squirrels Insider. We had to bring in the sizzle over there.
Wow. Okay, I see how it is around here.
One more. Push it.
Powerful stuff from Adam Duvall.
Liz, man, I have no idea what you're talking about. I just talked to Adam today. He's fine.
You're right, big guy. You keep the faith. He will be fine.
It's really brief. It's short, and it's to give you a taste. It's like, you know,
just throw strikes. Throw the ball over the plate and do something.
All right, Parker, we're breaking out of here. Come on, Parker, come on. All right, it's every man for himself. See ya.
And as we take a look at Brett right here, you have to see what the newcomer has to endure out to the bullpen. And Justin, I want you to tell us a little bit about this bag and why you make Boch carry it. He's a good guy. I just don't see the rationale behind it.
Boys, on your mark, get set, go nuts!
All right, that's all the time we have for Flying Squirrels Insider. What? I'm really in a rhythm here.
But we're not going to use the set.
I just said we're going to use the field on the next set, on the next show.
Today,
Mark Minikazi is going to be here on the next show. Fine. Do you need it? Do you need to have a catch, son? Do you? You back off. Sure, why not? All right, let's take the field. Let's take the field. We'll take the field for the first time. Here we go. Let's see what these guys got.
I don't hit it first. Come on.
Hopefully it doesn't hit me in the back of the head. We're going to act like kids because it's baseball season, and we're so glad that you're going to be a part of it with us on Flying Squirrels Insider. A very special edition of FSI continues, and certainly very happy to be doing our part today to aid community television. Just a second, I'm going to welcome in a couple of philanthropic souls in their own right. Sports Radio 910's Wes McElroy and my broadcast partner for Flying Squirrels Baseball on the radio, Jay Burnham. But very quickly, a couple of people that we have to welcome here today, including the great folks at Strayer University who are on board for the rest of the season of Flying Squirrels Insider. Certainly glad to have them, as we are a beautiful Buick Enclave on set with us today, courtesy of our good friends at the Richmond area Buick GMC dealers. Now, we want to include you in the show as well, but we need your help. You must text FSI to 44544 during the course of today's extended program, and we're going to hook you up with a Flying Squirrels prize pack. Once again, that's FSI to 44544. All right, without further ado, guys, we do get back onto the field, and Jay, I know for you and I, the quick turnaround today after a marathon night at the ballpark last night. This team had been struggling, but as we sit here today, starting to turn it around slowly. Is it too late for this ball club, though?
If you asked me a week ago, I probably would have said yes, but this team has put together 4 consecutive victories, and they've done so in exciting fashion. And when you look at the Eastern League right now, there's only 4 of the 12 teams that are actually above the 500 mark. I don't know if they can actually get to the level where they need to be, but I think at the end of August they're going to be at least within a shouting distance.
Probably need some help from the Erie Seawolves, whom they trail by 6 games at the moment for that wild card spot. The Harrisburg Senators probably a little too far off in the distance for the Flying Squirrels, who at this taping are 5 games under 500. Wes, if this team ultimately falls short of the postseason, we came in and certainly touted the talent that they had, but also pointed out the pitching weaknesses that we felt were going to be here. That's played out to some degree. How is this team remembered?
I think from a personal standpoint, for certain guys, we'll have to wait to see how their careers develop till we gauge what their success was. I think this year we'll remember some highs and lows. I mean, we go back a couple shows and we did the 10 highlights of the opening part of the season. So there have been good moments, but there's also been struggles. And while this team's had offense, ultimately it's going to be remembered for not having that starting pitching in the middle part of the season.
And really highlighting that, I think, Jay, is one particular name. And I hate to lay a lot of blame at the feet of one guy. We saw an extended ball game last night that had nothing to do with that. And those nights pop up, but they popped up too frequently when Carlos Teller was in this rotation.
Yeah, and it was tough. I mean, the Giants are trying to give a guy a chance, a guy that does throw in the low 90s, and seeing if he could, get lightning in a bottle and help this team as the organization struggled to find arms and innings. And every fifth day throughout the middle portion of June and July, Carlos Teller took the ball, and the Squirrels fell behind early, and the Squirrels didn't have the ammo at the back end of the bullpen. They had to use a lot of arms. They had to stay in the field for an extended period of time. And so now with him gone, and now you bring in Edwin Escobar, you start to really see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel for this team in this rotation, which has started to put together a very good stretch.
3 hours and 10 minutes, as you saw on that graphic, the average start time for the 10 9-inning ball games that Carlos Teller started as a Squirrel. He started 11. The other one that we didn't include turned into a marathon doubleheader. We had the length of that last night at the ballpark due to a rain delay and then an extra inning ball game. It ended, however, in thrilling fashion as the Flying Squirrels walk off with a sweep over the Portland Sea Dogs. And it's not too long to eulogize this team, as Jay pointed out, and it's certainly not the last episode of Flying Squirrels Insider. We're going to be live at the Diamond as we were at the conclusion of last season. However, we are far enough along, guys, to start to summarize some of the seasons for these guys. And you want to start when you look at this team with Mark Minikazi. What has he accomplished this year?
I think he's given himself a chance at possibly reaching the bigs. It's a small chance, but let's remember, this guy was completely off the radar. This guy was out of baseball until he went to see the Squirrels when he's at Reading, Pennsylvania, and how his career's taken off, how he's changed his body, he's changed his health. He's got himself back in the game. And the season that he's had, MVP caliber numbers, and this guy has been consistently effective. He's worked his way back into baseball, but he's worked his way back onto the radar of teams, whether it be at a position, a DH, or just a thought. But he's in there.
On the last show of FSI, we examined the MVP candidacy for Mark Minikazi. Certainly a number of things could play into that, including Binghamton Cesar Puello being on the biogenesis list. We don't quite know yet whether Puello will be suspended. If he is, Minikazi is probably going to be a runaway winner in the batting race. As of now, he leads that race again with 4 more hits last night. A guy that doesn't necessarily, Jay, have the gaudy type offensive numbers that Mark Minikazi does, but nonetheless, I know we feel has had a tremendous season. Andrew Susac, you go back to spring training, they said that it was 2 hits, including a double off the wall on the final day of Cactus League play that actually got him here. He certainly didn't look like a guy this year that was a fringe choice to be here.
No, and he's accelerated his path to the big leagues, whether it be with the San Francisco Giants, who do have Buster Posey at the major league level, or whether he's a trade chip come the deadline next year if the Giants are back in it and being contenders. But either way, I think Susac's done more than enough with the bat, and he's certainly been one of the best defensive catchers in the league, second in the league in throwing out base stealers on a team that hasn't done a great job of holding runners close to the base. So I think Susac's entire 2013 season has been something that he's going to look back on and be proud of, and I think next year we'll see him up in Fresno.
Was talking with Andrew Susac during a radio pregame interview the other day, and he said, right now when I asked him what the difference was on August 1st, 2013 as opposed to August 1st, 2012, what was the difference in him as a player, and he said, I have an extreme amount of confidence now. Last year, I didn't have that. You don't hear guys admit that sometimes. I think a guy that came into the season very confident off what he's done as a professional, Wes, was Joe Panik. He started that way. He started like a guy who looked like he thought he could kill this league due to a matter of a few different factors that didn't necessarily happen, somewhat of an up-and-down year.
Yeah, I like the word you exactly used. Professional. Joe Panik's a professional. So if you asked him face-to-face, what do you think about this year, he's not going to be happy. But you ask Joe Panik 5 years from now, he's going to look back defensively, how far he came along. I mean, we were looking at this guy second week of April, and we couldn't believe he was learning the second base position. He's made the transition look very natural. On offense, he's had struggles. He's gone through adversity. He's had to try to find his swing. But he'll pick it up, and we'll see this guy in Fresno next year. But he'll look back years to come and say, I got something out of this year.
Don't jump ahead on the rundown here. We're going to talk about placements for 2014 in just a second. That's what Wes does. He just jumps the gun and jumps the gun and jumps the gun.
Yet
we invite him back each and every week. Joe Panik, however, another 2 hits last night. And Jay, another guy, I think his season is really difficult to define, is Adam Duvall. Coming off that Portland series, we see that immense pop, those 30 home runs last year. We thought he was going to easily shatter the Squirrels' home run record, and he still might because he homered in every game in that Portland series, including last night, a big home run in that ball game, by the way. I'm having trouble, however, putting a stamp on the year that it has been for Adam Duvall.
Well, the season's not over yet, and I think that's a positive for Adam Duvall. I think a lot of times guys at this point of the season are looking to the end of the year and saying, all right, what am I going to do come September 3rd? Where am I going to be going on vacation? For Duvall, he missed that significant chunk of time, and I believe he and we were unable, we're almost like stolen away from him a portion of the season after he was hitting the ball so well in April and early May. And so for Duvall, I think this month of August really will be a testament to where he falls in the Giants' plans for next year. But as we play this game of minor league baseball, it's all about projections, and usually what you do in the second half of the season means a lot more than what you did in the first half.
We did lose Adam Duvall for more than a month of time on the field. However, that did lead to one of my favorite segments of Flying Squirrels Insider, the mockumentary on the recovery of Adam Duvall, which you saw a snippet of there during our Best Of segment, and a great job by today's first-time director, Bryant Dameron, putting that piece together for us. It's all part of a very large pledge special today. We've got so much more going on throughout the show, but just a few more minutes. I want to talk placements for guys in 2014. I think you can get a sense from your responses and from my additions there to where we think guys will be. But let's go through some of these guys that will be question marks going into 2014. Let's start back with Joe Panik.
Panik, I think yes. I think he starts up at AAA Fresno, but you could probably make a case that he comes back here at AA at least to begin the season. But I'm going to say, yeah, start of 2014, he's gone.
Wes?
I'm with Jay.
And I'll break the tie. If that is a hedge bet guess by Jay Burnham, I'll say he's going to be in Fresno. I think he comes refreshed into the Cactus League. I think the Giants shut him down this fall, something he has not had the benefit of since he's been a professional in the Arizona Fall League each of his first 2 seasons, and he tears up the Cactus League next year. That's at least what I'm looking forward to. All right, we continue right along. Andrew Susak.
Susak, absolutely, yeah. And again, as I said, I don't know if his future might be with the Giants or not, but I think at some point he's going to make a Major League team pretty happy.
Yeah, and I want to see where they decide to work him in with the pitchers. We'll obviously get to the pitching, but you just don't know what crop of pitchers they want him to work with.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And we're going to cover that rotation, and we have here on this show. It's going to be star-studded, regardless of if there's movement in acquisitions or losses in free agency for the Giants in the offseason. This is going to be a very talented group of arms in 2014. We'll see who San Francisco is comfortable with having catch them. All right, here's the one that's a bit peculiar, and we didn't talk about his full season because we haven't seen his full season. Angel Villalona.
No, I think he's back here at AA, and just because there's a pretty large learning curve and a large gap in his career of time missed due to the legal issues off the field. So I think although he's been very impressive here in his time with the Flying Squirrels, I think next year we see him at least at the start of 2014.
Yeah, I'm with him. Jay says it right. He's going to start off the season. They want a larger sample size. We'll see if he can hit his way. Maybe June, maybe July, he gets a bump up.
I do want to add the caveat that I think Angel Villalona is a lot further along than we all expected him to be, coming back after 3 years layoff and the turmoil that he's had legally and certainly personally as well as professionally. But I do think he's at first base next year to finish the voting on Angel Villalona. We won't talk about a ton of pitchers because I really don't know where you can slot guys. There are not a lot of guys that are in a slotting system. There's not going to be a lot of spots at AAA Fresno next year. Is there one for Chris Glore?
I hope so, and I think Glore's done more than enough to prove that he at least deserves a chance up at AAA. But hey, we've said that before for guys within this system and other systems, but because of the numbers game, sometimes it doesn't shake out. But I think the way Glore's been able to give this team innings, he's been able to give the team quality starts, I would hope he gets a shot at Fresno, but I don't know.
I think he gets a shot, but the one thing from Chris Glore's mouth to our set, he's talked about his struggles and how he's kind of had issues starting up the season. So let's see how he gets through spring training. But with the new pitchers coming in, I think he gets a shot.
I think he does, too. I think there will be a spot for Chris Glore next year. All right, let's wrap up this segment on this one. Rapid fire, 15 seconds. Giants do nothing at the trade deadline. Was it the right call?
Probably not, but I think the Giants had some pieces they could have moved and kept the mainstay of the team intact, but we have the non-waiver trade deadline coming up, so they might make something there.
Wes, real quick, yes or no, movement a good thing?
I think they should have made some moves. The West is still to be determined. We've seen a lot of teams make runs in September. They've got they've got key components they could have done. I think they should have made some moves.
Yeah, as much as I would have hated to see him go, I think Javier Lopez probably should have been moved for sure. For the San Francisco Giants. Asking price might have been too high. Guess what? Our asking price is not too high. For as little as $35, you can aid community television today, as we're asking for pledges and we're giving you rewards from the Flying Squirrels. But for nothing, all you have to do is text FSI to 44544. We're going to hook you up with a Flying Squirrels prize pack. We're going to hook you up with more than that as we continue today. We've got all kinds of special guests and things going on this very special pledge edition of Flying Squirrels Insider. But right now, we're joined by the executive producer of FSI, Mr. John Felton.
Hi, I'm John Felton, General Manager for your Community Idea Stations Television, and we're taking a short time out right now during the Flying Squirrels Insider to talk to you a little bit about our community. We feel here at the Community Idea Stations that our role is to support our communities in so many ways, whether it's in the arts, whether it's in sports, or whether it's a local organization like the Flying Squirrels Insider. We've just started this partnership with them last year, and this is our second season of the Flying Squirrels Insider program that you can see bi-monthly right here on your Community Idea Stations. Now, we're going to talk about a lot of gifts that are associated with becoming a member today in just a little bit, but stay with us. There's exciting opportunities to take advantage of thank you gifts that are like tickets, T-shirts, and a great fan experience where you can sit and actually be in the radio control room with John Laaser to call an inning of a Squirrels future game. So give us a call right now at 1-800-476-8440. Our operators are standing by to take your call. It's real easy to do. Or perhaps you just want to go to ideastations.org/pledge to make your pledge.
As John mentioned, the Flying Squirrels and, of course, Community Idea Stations thrive because of this tremendous community. There would be no Flying Squirrels baseball without you, the residents of the Richmond surrounding area. And with that in mind, your pledges today not only help Community Idea Stations, they also help Flying Squirrels Insider, the television show, and also Flying Squirrels in general, on the field and off. And that's why we're asking you to give generously today, and you can do that by calling 800-476-8440 or by visiting ideastations.org/pledge. Again, 800-476-8440 or ideastations.org/pledge. And of course, we don't want you to do so and not come out and share in the experience of both FSI and our radio broadcast and Flying Squirrels baseball as a whole. We're going to start you off with tickets so you can come down to the Diamond and join us. If that's not enough, we have to know who we're supporting. Flying Squirrels T-shirts if that donation increases just a bit. And then, of course, we go up even further with our packages of thank you gifts for you as we come back with that fantasy experience joining me in the broadcast booth. That'll be a thrill of a lifetime, I'm sure.
Richmond's own baseball team, the Flying Squirrels, AA affiliate of the world champion San Francisco Giants, offers the biggest fun at the ballpark in the Mid-Atlantic. Join in the fun and show your support for the Flying Squirrels and your Community Idea Stations by stepping up to the plate. Become a member at our base hit level. For your gift of support at the $35 level, you'll receive a pair of tickets to a Flying Squirrels baseball game. Hit a double at the $75 level, and you'll receive a Flying Squirrels t-shirt, plus the Community Idea Stations member card. The member card gives you 2-for-1 discounts for dining, lodging, shopping, and much more. Go for a triple, and you'll receive a pair of tickets to a Flying Squirrels baseball game, the Flying Squirrels t-shirt, and the member card. For a chance at a grand slam, everyone who pledges support will automatically be entered into a drawing for a chance to win one of 3 Flying Squirrels Fantasy Experience packages. Receive VIP treatment, a team jersey, the opportunity to throw the first pitch of the game, and join FSI host John Laaser to call one inning of the game on 910 AM radio. Entries into the drawing must take place between Saturday, August 10th at 5 p.m. and Monday, August 12th at midnight. You can enter the drawings online without pledging, but we hope you'll take this opportunity to have fun, go nuts, and become a member today.
That's right. Make a call, a pledge at any of those levels we talked about, and you too will be signed up to be hopefully one of the 3 lucky persons that's going to win that VIP experience. What an opportunity of a lifetime. You know, I've never done a radio show of any kind. I'm pretty much a TV person, but in college, I can remember us trying to do sports play-by-play for sports, and actually that's one of the hardest things to do in the business, and John Laaser and Jay Burnham are just so great at it with their coverage on 9:10 a.m. of the games that you'll definitely want to spend an inning with them. So give us a call at 1-800-476-8440. You saw those great T-shirts available and the other gifts for becoming a member. Now the tickets, now there's still plenty of baseball games left this season, but you can use it for next season as well. Also, just wanted to give you a little public service announcement that on Sunday, September the 1st, the Virginia 529 plan is partnering with the Community Idea Stations to have a day at the field at the Diamond with the Flying Squirrels, and Curious George will be there. So be sure to go out there and bring the whole family with you. But right now, we do need to hear from you now. This is the first time we've ever pledged this particular program, and we need to see the dollars come in to help continue this program. Do give us a call now.
As you heard, it's the first time they've allowed us to participate. We asked before and they said, you're not qualified. So you need to call in to 800-476-8440 so we get to come back again next year. And of course, you can also visit ideastations.org/pledge. As John mentioned, getting into the broadcast business, particularly on the radio side, is somewhat of a challenge. There's not really a direct road. And I'd love to show you that behind-the-scenes look at how those nightly broadcasts take shape. And who's to say that if you're not one of those 3 lucky winners of our Grand Slam package, that fantasy experience at the Flying Squirrels, which will take place at the Diamond, that I won't just kick Jay Burnham to the curb and allow you to take part in the broadcast for the rest of the year. That's certainly in the realm of possibility, but only if you call 800-476-8440 or visit ideastations.org/pledge. Well, obviously, as our first time, we wanted to bring in all the star power that we could to help us raise donations and pledges today. So we went to a true professional pitchman, Tom Vasella, literally, no pun intended, a left-handed pitcher. We thought it was going to go well. It didn't. You're about to take a look at that and about to see why Tom Vasella, no longer a member of FSI or even the Flying Squirrels.
Hey there, Squirrels fans. This is Tom Vasella coming to you from the Diamond. I want to thank you for all your support throughout the season, and it's through support like that that we're able to partner and make TV shows. No, I can do this. I can do this. Give me a second. I got this. Through your support that we're able to have viewers for our. We give you great gifts and.
Sorry about it, man. It's not your day, so you're gonna have to bring us some relief.
Donate now to the number you see on the screen.
Thank you for all your support this season. If you'd like to donate, please call the number you see on your screen now.
I said it first. That was me. I did it eventually.
Well, I think we can give him an A- for trying. Execution, I'm not going to go there. The number's on your screen, 1-800-476-8440. We really do want to hear from you now. This has been a great community project. We have so much fun here at the Community Idea Stations, turning our studio into basically a baseball diamond twice a month for this show. It's been a whole lot of fun working with Jay and Wes and John and the whole entire Flying Squirrels organization, which is first class. Think about all the great things that they do for families. They're just like the Community Idea Stations. They have an education program. We have educational programming. They have events for children. We have events for children. That's why it's a perfect partnership. But to help continue this partnership, we do need to hear from you now, so give us a call.
Welcome back to a very special pledge installment of FSI. We're here on Strayer University Field. Thanks for those that have already donated here to help benefit this program and community television as a whole. A guy that benefits any room that he walks into. That's a lie, but he's here anyway. My boss, but better yet, good friend, Todd Parney, Parnell, Squirrels Vice President, is here in Parn. We always wait for the end of the season to bring you on because it's a grand occasion every time it happens.
I feel like the sandwich bread. You bring me in the beginning and the end, there's nothing in the middle.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It lacks substance. Hopefully, this will not. We wanted you here today because so much has gone on for this organization this year, successfully at the gate and certainly promotionally for this team, and a lot remains as well. We want to look at what's ahead for this franchise. But before we do that, let's look back a little bit. Going into this season, I know that you had said this is going to be the most comprehensive promotional schedule we've ever had. We're going to bring back the things you like. We're going to dump the things that you don't. How has it gone to this point?
I think it's been great. You know, when I think about the past of this season, the first word that comes to mind, unfortunately, is weather. And I think that the promotions have been great. The crowds have been coming out in unbelievable fashion in spite of the worst weather we've ever had here in Richmond, and it continues through this month, actually. And so I'm very proud of the staff. I'm very proud of the fans. And I'm very proud of everybody associated with the organization because we're literally blowing everybody out of the water, even though we had a lot of bad weather. And I think over the course of the last 14 games, we have some very special opportunities to maybe even reach the numbers for our first ever year, which would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's a boat race, as you said at the moment in the attendance race. How important is that to this organization, just for the fans to stick that feather in their cap?
Well, I think that's something the fans could be proud about 12 months out of the year, and I think it's something that we can continue to build momentum bridges to the future so that we never get stale and we never have that honeymoon period that people always talk about in sports. So, I think it's very, very important that people see us progress from year to year.
Well, in that honeymoon period that we talk about, I think a lot of times with professional franchises, that's 3 years. And now into year 4, clearly that's not going to be an issue here in Richmond, but the facility still is an issue. It is certainly the elephant in the room. What's the status report on that? I know you love answering that question.
Hey, listen, it's great to be with you, and I'm out. I do get somewhat frustrated by having to say the same things over and over, but I do think that there's more backroom conversations and work than ever before. And I also think that it's getting to the point where maybe one day we wake up and we get a phone call saying, hey, we're 48 hours out, or we're 2 weeks out, or we're whatever. But that's not, you're a very close personal friend. You know how I think because we talk about it all the time. That's not our job to worry about. Our job to worry about is getting better every year, getting better every month, getting better every day. And I think as a front office staff and as a fan base and a franchise, we've done that.
And we'll continue to have the opportunity. This is not the final installment of FSI. It's a very special installment, and that's, of course, why you're here. But there's still 14 dates left in this 2013 season. What do you hope to accomplish?
I hope that we all finish the season very strong, and as we say, run through the finish line instead of coasting through the finish line. I hope that we build the bridge to 2014 so that we can make the 5th year better than the 4th, better than the 3rd, better than the 2nd, better than the 1st. And we hope to create more memories in those last 14 games. Fans coming out 1 more time, 2 more times, 3 more times. And I would love for us to have a playoff run on the field as well.
We talked about that during the analysis segment of this show today with Wes McElroy and Jay Burnham. 4-game winning streak for this team as we film this special edition. Certainly still a possibility. However, playoffs or no, the retreat looms. How many cases of beer are we bringing this year to come up with these ideas?
Well, you mean for you and I, our general 10 a day, probably. But, the retreat we talk about a lot. It's something that's really, really, really important to this franchise because it helps us change. And it also helps those 27 front office people come together, and I think you would agree with me. This group that we have this year in the front office is probably closer than any group we've ever had.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. All 39 full-time and countless interns and game day employees at the Diamond as well. After a very long night last night, re-racking it tonight. Parney continues with us here. You've become a one-word name, I guess, and that word is not 4 letters, so that's good. And year 4 here in the Richmond, Virginia. But speaking of years, this is year 2 of this program, and we're certainly very happy to be a part of helping the community idea stations. When you think of Flying Squirrels Insider and its incarnation last year and what it's become, what does that add value-wise to the Flying Squirrels team?
Well, I think it reaches out in the community even more. It helps us work with a great group of people here that 365 days a year do great things for the community, and we're very appreciative of that partnership. And I think it just gives us more angles to really affect people and that people can sit at home and really get to know our players, a Jarrett Parker or a Joe Panic, and get to see them in this unbelievably professional and wonderful setting. It's mind-blowing to me, and we're very appreciative of everything that the people here have done for us.
Well, Parn, thanks for being here. I know you've got a busy day and month and year and life ahead. I hope you can survive it.
Well, we're just hoping that life ahead is pretty substantial.
The one and only Todd Parnell with us, and I can't believe he actually parked right here next to our interview area with his Buick Enclave that he drove in here today. He gets that from our friends at the Richmond area Buick GMC dealers, but also, of course, pleased to now know FSI Field as Strayer University Field, as they have joined us for the remainder of this 2013 season. Join us for the remainder of what has been and what will continue to be a very special edition of Flying Squirrels Insider. FSI, the pledge installment, rolls ahead right after this.
Production funding for Flying Squirrels Insider is made possible in part by the GMC Terrain, available at your local GMC dealer. We are professional grade. And by
Strayer University, introducing the Strayer University Graduation Fund, a new way of making a bachelor's degree more obtainable. You're ready for this. Information at strayer.edu.
This belt right here is the only belt that makes you the world champ.
And now it's time for more Dugout Thoughts with Chris Glore.
I spend a lot of time wondering where some of my teammates disappeared to during the season. It's like the earth just swallows them up. One day they were there, and the next they were gone. Vasella, gone. Madej, poof. Adrianza, see ya. I like to think Mac drives them to the farm where they get to live. I imagine them having a lot of room to run around. I know Tom must love that. If they are there, I hope they're taking good care of my childhood cat, Mr. Whiskers. After the season, I think I'm going to get my 5-0 on and go find them. American Tail, Glore Goes West. That's got a good ring to it. Somewhere out there.
Welcome back to Flying Squirrels Insider. Wes McElroy with you as we give John Laaser a segment to pause and to rest before he gets out here on Strayer University Field with a guy who's our next guest. He's Flying Squirrels right fielder, UVA standout, and Stafford, Virginia product, Jarrett Parker, joining us here on the field. Good to have you, man. How are you?
Glad to be here. I'm doing great.
For you to take a season where you actually got to get back to Virginia, the first time since you played in Charlottesville, what has it been like for you to play in front of family and friends?
It's been awesome. You know, my family's coming out every game. Got a lot of friends that live here, and so I get to be with them, which is great. So I've just really enjoyed it.
And get a little feedback from the household?
You know what? That's the one thing. My dad, now that he gets to see me play every night, he's watching every AB, and he's really letting me know how it feels.
He's back here in Virginia, and I understand a couple weeks ago that the Virginia website, thesaber.com, organized a get-together of UVA fans and alums, and they all came out and saw it, and you spent a little time with the old Wahoo gang.
Yeah, I did. You know, it's amazing the community that we have at the University of Virginia. Everybody's so caring and so great, so it's really good to be able to see them.
A lot of people in Charlottesville remember Jarrett. He was part of that first team that went to the College World Series with UVA. And when you got your time in Charlottesville, you had to work to achieve success. Now that you're in the minor league organization, you've bumped up to AA baseball. What has been the big hurdle this year for you to overcome as you continue your progress?
You know, the big hurdle has got to be the pitching. You know, the Eastern League's probably known worldwide as the top pitching league in the minor leagues. So, you know, we're facing guys that are big league ready every day. So that's really one thing you got to focus on is just being prepared every day and being confident every day.
Let's go back to April. You come out of the box and you struggled early on. Strikeouts, batting average sunk. They were trying to figure out what to do with you in the batting order. But you spent some time with Ken Joyce, the hitting coach. What did you take from that time? Because it helped you really boost things up in May.
Yeah, you know, one thing we really focused on is not letting the early struggles be a factor. So we just really focused on staying consistent and confident, and that's really what paid off for me. I
also remember a conversation you told me. You had a conversation with your mom and your sister. They gave you some advice as well. Yeah, you know what? My mom called me one day and she said, you know, don't ever let the pitcher know that he's beat you. And, you know, that really hit me. And I said, okay, you know, I'm not going to do that again. It's funny. Dad knows the X's and O's. Mom usually knows best overall. She does. Jared Parker joining us, the Flying Squirrels right fielder on the set here of Flying Squirrels Insider. Let's fast forward. The season has been long at times, and in July this team struggled, really got into a funk. But now that you guys have picked things up, as we tape this, you've won 4 straight. Take me back to July. What did this team learn about itself as they overcame adversity? You know what? I think we just learned to keep on the grind. You know, that's the thing about baseball is, you know, we're playing every day, so you can't get too high, get too low. So one thing we're really focused on is just, you know, trying to stay consistent. You know, we were struggling early. You know, our hitters couldn't find it, our pitchers couldn't find it. So, you know, we had a couple pitchers do good for us, and then a couple hitters got hot, and then that just started the ball rolling. One thing I thought at the beginning of this season, I didn't know how it would go, you didn't know how it would go, but I thought this team had a really good mix of veterans and new guys like yourself. Yeah, you know, it's great. We've got guys like Mark Minikazi and Javier Herrera that can really just help us out mentally and, you know, just be in that lineup to, you know, back up some of the younger guys. All right, we got 1 month left of this season, and then what? Have the Giants informed you maybe what off-season plans might be? Nope, I have no idea. All right, well, there's even more reason to stay tuned to the final installment of Flying Squirrels Insider so we can see Jared Parker's future plans. His immediate future is going to take him to the field, Strayer University Field, with our own John Laaser, and these two are going to show you how the game is played. That is coming up next on Flying Squirrels Insider.
Hello, my name is John Felton. I'm the General Manager for your Community Idea Stations, and I'm joined today by Wes McElroy and John Laaser, who we'll be going to in just a moment. But first, let me talk to you a little bit about the Flying Squirrels Insider program. This is our 2nd season with the program, and it's coming along swimmingly. The viewership is substantial. We know you enjoy it, but now it's time to pay the bills, and the way we pay our bills, and I know you know how this works, is with your calls of pledge of support. We have a lot of great gifts associated with becoming a member here today, including tickets, T-shirts, and even to enter in a drawing to be one of 3 winners who will get a VIP experience at a future baseball game with the Flying Squirrels Insider by being able to throw out the first pitch and to call an inning of the game with John Laaser. The important thing is that you stay with us through the program. Get on the phone and call 1-800-476-8440. Talk to one of our operators. They'll answer any questions you have. Perhaps you'd rather go to the web. You can go to ideastations.org/pledge. The important thing is that you make a call, a pledge of support. Do it now.
Flying Squirrels are certainly very pleased to continually become more and more ingrained in this great community and hopefully become a resource for its residents. However, we realize that's not possible without partnering with other great community resources like the Community Idea Stations. And to that aim, we need you to call today and give generously. 800-476-8440 or ideastations.org/pledge. And now, Wes McElroy, I know you echo that sentiment on behalf of Clear Channel. I do, because I'm sure a lot of people ask you where you got your broadcasting start. I get that question. It started from great shows and programs like we have here, like Sesame Street. The mean streets of Minneapolis is what I was going to say. Our days go back to Bert, Ernie, Grover, Cookie Monster. It's the ideas, it's the education that we get from an asset like this station, and we do need your help. And it can also launch your broadcasting career to get it with John Laaser and the Flying Squirrels broadcast. And one day you can replace me as host of Flying Squirrels Insider, because we're hoping that it is going to continue for years to come with our great friends at Community Idea Stations. We need you to support them, however, at 800-476-8440 or again, ideastations.org/pledge. We, of course, are going to give back to you. We wouldn't be fair if we weren't. Let's take a look at some of the great packages we have awaiting your pledges.
Richmond's own baseball team, the Flying Squirrels, AA affiliate of the world champion San Francisco Giants, offers the biggest fun at the ballpark in the Mid-Atlantic. Join in the fun and show your support for the Flying Squirrels and your Community Idea Stations by stepping up to the plate. Become a member at our base hit level. For your gift of support at the $35 level, you'll receive a pair of tickets to a Flying Squirrels baseball game. Hit a double at the $75 level, and you'll receive a Flying Squirrels t-shirt, plus the Community Idea Station's member card. The member card gives you 2-for-1 discounts for dining, lodging, shopping, and much more. Go for a triple, and you'll receive a pair of tickets to a Flying Squirrels baseball game, the Flying Squirrels t-shirt, and the member card. For a chance at a grand slam, everyone who pledges support will automatically be entered into a drawing for a chance to win one of 3 Flying Squirrels Fantasy Experience packages. Receive VIP treatment, a team jersey, the opportunity to throw the first pitch of the game, and join FSI host John Laaser to call one inning of the game on 910 AM radio. Entries into the drawing must take place between Saturday, August 10th at 5 p.m. and Monday, August 12th at midnight. You can enter the drawings online without pledging, but we hope you'll take this opportunity to have fun, go nuts, and become a member today.
John Laaser just offered me $100 if I don't sign up for the raffle because he doesn't want me to call the game with him. So it's going to have to be you. You're going to have to be the one that calls and makes a pledge and gets on that list for that raffle by calling 1-800-476-8440. You know, the Flying Squirrels, as a local organization, understand and have same shared similarities that we do here at the Community Idea Stations. We both believe in the community. We both believe in the importance of education, and we prove that with our educational initiatives. As a matter of fact, on Sunday, September the 1st, the Virginia 529 College Plan and the Community Idea Stations are partnering to have a special day at the Diamond for a Flying Squirrels game where Curious George will be making a visit, and we'll also have a lot of great little educational gifts to give to you, to the kids, to everybody. So give us a call right now. Support Flying Squirrels Insider. Support your Community Idea Stations. Support your community. You do it one pledge at a time. Don't think a $35 pledge is not going to make a difference to take advantage of 2 tickets for either this season or next. It will. All of that money is going to go towards the Community Idea Stations, towards this program. 1-800-476-8440. Give us a call.
In fact, a $35 pledge pays the salary for FSI for Wes McElroy for an entire season of shows. So it will make an impact if you call 800-476-8440 or log on to ideastations.org/pledge. In all sincerity, though, we take a lot of pride in this program, and the good folks here at Community Idea Stations do as well. We talk all the time. There's not a show like it, Wes, in minor league baseball, and our viewers who fund it should certainly be very proud of that fact.
They should, because they have a team to be proud of, and this is an opportunity for you to learn the stories behind the players that you go out and see at the Diamond. We get to tell you about Adam Duvall and his fight against diabetes. We get to talk about Jared Parker, a guy who's coming back to Virginia to play near his hometown, and Mark Minikazi, a great sports story, 30 years old, back in baseball and having an MVP-type season.
We added Strayer Field this year, and we've added good partners along the way, and that's the goal. We want this show to be bigger and better. We don't ever want status quo. We've always felt, and I know they feel here at Community Idea Stations as well, if you're not improving, you're getting worse. So we hope we do that with each and every episode, adding Wes, of course, this season. To this year's episodes certainly added some flavor as well. So for that to continue, please, again, pledge generously. 800-476-8440, ideastations.org/pledge. Let's see if Tom Vasella is improving. It couldn't have gotten any worse.
Hey there, Squirrels fans. This is Tom Vasella coming to you from the Diamond. We want to thank you for all your support this season, and it's through support like that that we're able to partner with PBS and bring you Flying Squirrels Insider. If you want to see more of Flying Squirrels Insider, please donate now to the number you see on the screen. We'll include some great thank you gifts and some tickets to the next ball game. Remember, have fun, go nuts.
Wow, that was a major improvement if you saw his last video spot. Way to go. What a great pitch. Hopefully you're calling the phone right now at 1-800-476-8440 to take advantage of this last chance to take advantage of any of these gifts that we talked about, whether it's the 2 tickets for a $35 pledge, whether it's the T-shirt, whether it's both. Either way, whatever you make a pledge at those levels, we will include you in that drawing for that VIP experience that we're going to make on August the 10th. One thing I've failed to mention is the value of the member card. If you make a pledge today at the $75 level or the $100 level, will include with the other gifts that we talked about our 2-for-1 member card. It gives you 2-for-1 discounts at hundreds of area restaurants and civic and cultural organizations as well. I have a member card. I'm a member just like you, hopefully, and I use that card 2 or 3 times, and it pays for my membership. So if you make a call pledge of $100 and you get the thank you gifts of the T-shirt and the tickets, you'll get that member card. Go use it at a couple restaurants, go visit the Science Museum, and it's already paid for the membership itself. So give us a call right now at 1-800-476-8440. This is your last chance to do that. We really do want to hear from you. This is our first time coming to you during the Flying Squirrels Insider, and this is our 2nd season of this, and we're hoping we've made the right decision. And one way that we know we've made the right decision is by your calls of pledge of support. No call is too small. No pledge is too small. Give us a call right now. Now we're going to join John Laaser for a demonstration with Jarrett Parker. Thanks for being with us.
Welcome back to our very special pledge edition of FSI. We're now down on the newly named Strayer University Field here, formerly FSI Field, and we welcome back in Flying Squirrels and former Virginia Cavaliers outfielder Jarrett Parker. And Park, we're going to show some of the younger viewers and some of those little leaguers how you play the outfield like a professional. You ready for this?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Jarrett plays right fielder, but he used to be a center fielder for the Cavaliers. When did you make that adjustment over to right field?
Right when I signed, the Giants saw it fit best that I play right field.
If you watch Jarrett at the diamond, you'd think he's been out there his whole career. We're going to show you why. All right, Park, first things first, as a defensive outfielder, you've got to get into that set position, but you don't want to be in an intense, ready position the entire game. At what point do you get athletically set on each pitch?
I don't usually get set till the pitcher gets set. Once the pitcher comes in his windup and gets set is when I usually get down into an athletic position. Just about like this, pretty typical athletic position.
Kind of rocking side to side because you're not sure which direction you're going to start.
A little bit of that, yep.
Well, we're going to make it easier. We're going to let him know which direction he's going to start. Let's run through a couple of things, and footwork is certainly a big key for you in the outfield, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to watch the feet of Jarrett Parker here. Hypothetical situation number 1. It's a deep drive to the right center field alley. So, Park, you see that, you read it off the bat. What's your first thought? What's your first step?
First thing I'm trying to do is, first step's the biggest part, most important. So first thing I'm trying to do is just get a good first step, drop right, take 3 steps, go straight back.
How many steps until you're in a full sprint?
Probably about 3 or 4, then I can get dead sprint right in the gap.
He's sprinting to his right. Meanwhile, center fielder Ryan Lawless on that ball, more than likely coming straight left. At what point does he signal to you as the outfield captain he's got it, and how do you acknowledge that?
We usually go, he says, I got it, and I'll say, take it, take it, take it.
Well, the other play that you don't have to worry so much about Ryan Lawless is on that ball you come forward on, and that's the one that I've been particularly impressed with you this year. You come in and seem to make that play look so easy. What's the difference in that play coming forward in your first step out of that athletic position?
Not too much of a difference, just going after the ball. One thing that gets tricky is the situation. So I can't risk a dive where the ball gets past me and that guy ends up getting an inside the park home run or something like that. So if it's early in the game or there's a little bit of a score difference, then I can risk taking that dive.
And that's something you're thinking of just as easily as how many outs there are in the inning, I might imagine. Well, let's look at that one real quick, although it's somewhat simple. Jarrett Parker back in the athletic position. Here comes a sinking line drive, and you're going to come in and make this catch on the move forward. So
just taking a quick step forward.
Explosive first step. It looks easy when he does it. It's not nearly as graceful when I do. Neither is this one. Let's put it all together here. Runner at third base in our final hypothetical situation and 1 out. You've got a fly ball that's short. You're coming in, you've got time, and you want to really get your momentum behind the baseball and get everything into that throw, don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a really big play. One thing I try to do here is line it up. So depending on where the fly ball is, I'm trying to line up directly straight to the home plate so I can get a straight throw. So I'll read the ball and get right behind it and then be a few steps behind it. And then once I can, I'll catch it and run straight through it and have a good throw right on the line.
Well, let's have Jarrett show you that right into your living room here as I will pretend to flip that short fly ball up. Here comes Jarrett Parker. He's got it. And without thinking, there it comes to the plate. And again, that looks easy, and it should. Jarrett actually leads the Eastern League in outfield assists for a right fielder. Well, Park, I know it was a short night for you. Thanks so much for getting up, man, and helping us out here at FSI.
Anytime.
Squirrels right fielder Jarrett Parker, very kind to be here. So many people took a big part in this show today, too many for me to thank. We're going to use the full force of the 2013 Flying Squirrels as we close it out today from the diamond with thanks from the 2013 team.
Thanks for your support for Flying Squirrels Insider.
Thank you for supporting Flying Squirrels Insider.
Thank you for supporting Flying Squirrels Insider.
I'd like to thank the Academy for this. What, Lace? Oh, I'm sorry. On behalf of the Flying Squirrels, thank you for your support in making Flying Squirrels Insider possible.
Thank you for supporting Flying Squirrels Insider.
Thanks for your support of Flying Squirrels Insider.
Thanks for your support of community television.
I'd like to thank Tom Pasella for finally leaving and allowing me to have the spotlight all to myself. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not what this is about. Thanks for all your support of Flying Squirrels Insider this year.
Richmond's own baseball team, the Flying Squirrels, AA affiliate of the world champion San Francisco Giants, offers the biggest fun at the ballpark in the Mid-Atlantic. Join in the fun and show your support for the Flying Squirrels and your community idea stations by stepping up to the plate. Become a member at our base hit level. For your gift of support at the $35 level, you'll receive a pair of tickets to a Flying Squirrels baseball game. Hit a double at the $75 level, and you'll receive a Flying Squirrels t-shirt, plus the Community Idea Station's member card. The member card gives you 2-for-1 discounts for dining, lodging, shopping, and much more. Go for a triple, and you'll receive a pair of tickets to a Flying Squirrels baseball game, the Flying Squirrels t-shirt, and the member card. For a chance at a grand slam, everyone who pledges support will automatically be entered into a drawing for a chance to win one of 3 Flying Squirrels Fantasy Experience packages. Receive VIP treatment, a team jersey, the opportunity to throw the first pitch of the game, and join FSI host John Laaser to call one inning of the game on 910 AM radio. Entries into the drawing must take place between Saturday, August 10th at 5 p.m. and Monday, August 12th at midnight. You can enter the drawings online without pledging, but we hope you'll take this opportunity to have fun, go nuts, and become a member today.
This is Tom Pasella. We want to thank you to partner with community idea stations. We'll include I'm telling you, the last take is going to be the one we get. This is why we leave this to professionals. I can't do this. This is not my thing. I pitch, I throw the baseball. I don't do this. You don't do my job. I can't do this. Can we get somebody in here that's a pro? I don't understand why every movie in the world doesn't have an outtake reel. It's the best part of the credits. One more shot. If I don't nail it, you can, I don't know, throw something at me. Hey there, Squirrels fans. This is Tom Pasella coming to you live from the Diamond. It's not live. Why is this so hard? We could mask it in post.
Production funding for Flying Squirrels Insider is made possible in part by the GMC Terrain, available at your local GMC dealer. We are professional grade. And by
Strayer University, introducing the Strayer University Graduation Fund, a new way of making a bachelor's degree more obtainable. You're ready for this. Information at strayer.edu.